Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is time to check in and recap my 2024 goals. I cannot believe it is basically the end of the year. I'm filming this video a little bit before the end of the year, just the timing, behind the scenes and all of that. But I feel like it's been enough time that I can reflect on 2024 and how I feel about it. And first off, it flew by. I feel like I blinked, and that has happened to me in the past, but not the way that this year has. And I don't know if that is because I have a little one and her going from being 4 months on January 1st to now 15 and a half months. Like, the year just feels like it flew by. It feels like January was yesterday, and I am so thankful for an incredible year. We had so many amazing milestones and all kinds of things that we got to do this year. And when I reflect back on this year, I'm gonna talk about the 4 personal goals in this video that I chose. But my year was so much more than that. There were so many aspects to our family and my life and my business and all kinds of things that aren't reflected in these goals. And I think that's just a good reminder for all of us, is that our goals support our life. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that your goals are your life. And this is coming from somebody who has a business about goals and helping you achieve your goals. But at the end of the day, your goals are there to support your life and help you build this life that you love and that you enjoy living. That's how I like to phrase it. Like, I want you to utilize goals to help you build a life that you enjoy living. And I think that these goals did help me have a fantastic year. But what made my year fantastic was all of the things not in these goals videos. So anyway, sorry to get a little bit, I don't know, high level, gooey at the beginning, but I have very much enjoyed bringing you along this year. If you are just watching this video for the first time, I took you along the journey throughout the year of all of the ups and downs of these goals, and I shared my progress every single month of my 2024 goals, and this is just the culmination of all of that. So if you watched all of those videos, thank you very, very much. You probably already know kind of what I'm going to talk about in this video, but I'm sure something will come out of my mouth that I don't have planned in my notes. So the first goal that I had on my list was to make time for myself. And this goal was about prioritizing me after a year where it felt like I had lost a lot of myself. I spent 2023 either pregnant or within like 3 months of postpartum. And that is a lot. That's a lot, where my body doesn't feel like my own for all of that time, like all of 2023. I just felt like I did not feel like I had control of my body. I felt like I didn't have control of my energy levels. It was hard, for lack of a better word. And so in 2024, I was on a mission to make time for myself. And whether that included working out, taking dance classes, doing crafty things, all of the things that make me feel like Laken. Not the mom, Laken the mom, not Laken the wife, not Laken the business owner, but just me. And I feel like I did a really good job of this one. I feel like if you have been around, you know that I make my goals very vague, and I do that on purpose so that when things change throughout the year, I can easily add things in and I can accomplish lots of little goals within this one big umbrella. So this was obviously a really big umbrella, and my quarterly goals looked like everything from taking dance classes to doing scrapbooking to working out, right? There was a lot that went into this goal, but at the end of it, it was always about me. And that, I think, worked really well. And I think that was really important this year. I think I really needed that. And it definitely got easier as the year went on. And my daughter, I almost said needed me less. She obviously still needs me a lot. But and her schedule became more consistent, and it did get easier. But it was always important. So I'm very thankful for that one. This video, I'm not necessarily going to share goals where it's like, check, I did that. Like, sure, check, I did that. And sometimes I like to give it like on a scale of 1 to 10. And today I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to share my thoughts. So I like that one. The next one is maybe a little bit different. So the next one was family, fun, and memories. Now, don't get me wrong. Did we have fun? Yes. And that goal definitely entailed some of the bigger things. Going on some trips, taking our daughter on her first trip, celebrating her birthday, hosting a Halloween party. There was a lot of those kinds of big things, the things that you probably saw on social media, because I feel like those are the highlights. That's the highlight reel. And those things, they happened. And by having them in my goals, I made sure that they happened and that they were prioritized and didn't just fall to the wayside. The piece of this that got lost was the memories piece, is that I wanted to document this a little bit better or a little bit more, and that didn't happen really at all. Need to kind of figure out what that looks like maybe going forward. I do have a 2025 goal that kind of encapsulates that in a different way. And so maybe that will help a little bit with like a little bit of a different mindset. So I'm glad that I made that a goal. I think it allowed me to prioritize kind of those fun things, but documenting them definitely didn't happen. So I'm halfway there. All right, the next annual goal that I had was household rhythms and routines. And this one, kind of like making time for myself, I felt like was really important because this didn't feel anything in 2023. Between being pregnant and having like zero energy to moving across the country and then having a newborn, I felt like we had no rhythms and no routines. I felt like out of place in our house, and it was all over the place. And so I wanted that. I wanted that in 2024. Like that was important to me. And to some extent, I feel like I accomplished this. Like I figured out a lot about cleaning routine that works for us and splitting up chores in a way that works for us, laundry and like those kinds of things. And oh my gosh, I finally got the light bulb on the weekly and monthly recurring tasks, which I did a whole live about at the beginning of the year. And all of that is still so true. My list has changed a little bit, but I still stand behind all the things I said in that video. And it is like, that is working for me. So a lot in this goal was successful. Where it became less successful, wait, one more thing about successful, is every time I would sometimes find a rhythm or routine, my daughter's schedule would change. And I think I knew that was gonna be the case this year, but I don't think I fully appreciated that, right? We went into the new year, I don't even remember now at this point, I think with no schedule. I think when she was 4 months old, there was like no schedule. It's like sleeping schedule. Yeah. We started the year with no schedule. I can remember now when we like got on a routine. And then we like kind of got on a routine and she was on 3 naps. And then eventually we transitioned to 2 naps and then eventually we transitioned to 1. And with every one of those transitions, things had to change and things had to shift. But because I had figured out things that work for me, those shifts were easier. Those shifts, like it worked better. And so I'm so thankful for that. Which leads me into I guess this isn't unsuccessful, but like all these rhythms and routines are about to change because yesterday we bought a house. And so we are moving at the beginning of the year and our house is different. We live right now in a 1-floor apartment and we share laundry with other people in the building, but it's close, and like our location and all kinds of things like that impact our current rhythms and routines are gonna change because we're gonna move and our new place is 3 stories. It's a little bit bigger. It's not that much bigger in overall square footage, a little bit bigger. And so cleaning that and managing that and the rhythms that go with that, it's new location. And then also my daughter started daycare this month and that routine and rhythm that has totally impacted. So it's not a goal that I have in 2025 because I am trusting and relying on my skills and strengths that I built this year to carry me through to figuring out those routines in our new house. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I figured out all this stuff and now it's just all about to change. But it's all good things. It's all good change. And I'm very thankful. But it's just kind of funny when I think about that goal. Like I think it went really well and now I'm about to blow it all up. And then my last goal was to enjoy being in the kitchen. And this is the one that in the grand scheme of things was a lot more narrow focused than the other 3, but also kind of felt like maybe the biggest hurdle because I don't like cooking. And would I say that I enjoy being in the kitchen? No, but I dread it a lot less. So the way that I phrased it maybe was a bit ambitious. Maybe I wasn't ever actually going to enjoy being in the kitchen, but I definitely am way more confident. I'm way less annoyed when I have to cook. I'm way less overwhelmed with cooking and things like that. And I've learned a lot this year. And that has been really helpful. So I would call this one a success. I think the wording that I chose for this goal didn't end up being what this goal needed to be, but I feel so much more confident and on top of my kitchen skills and abilities. And frankly, the never-ending task of getting dinner on the table for my family for the rest of forever, but it is all going to be okay. So enjoyment, no. Success, absolutely. I feel really good about that one. So all in all, it was a fantastic year. And I am thankful for these goals supporting all the other things that happened in our life this year. And while, we did buy a house in December, but we're not moving till January. So in the grand scheme of things, 2024 didn't have any giant life changes. We did not get married. We did not move across the country. We did not have a baby. and we did not move into our new house. That will be next year's change. But it was still a fantastic year, and a lot that went really well. There were hiccups, there always are, but that is how goals work. And that is why I like to share my goal journey with you, is so that you can see, even if your goals are totally different than mine, you get to see a real person and how they pick their action steps, how they figure out what works, and how they pivot and adjust as needed. So if you are excited to come along with me and join my 2025 goal journey, that is what's coming next, make sure that you are subscribed. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, comment below with just the pink heart emoji. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting me as always on my goal journey. If you need help with your own goals, I have lots of options for you. They're always linked down in the description box. I have a planner that helps you figure out what your goals are. I have a workshop that literally walks you through that planner and supports you with all of the things you need to know about getting set up for the new year. And I have a community for ongoing accountability. Those are my focuses. That's how I'm gonna help you achieve your goals and how I'm gonna achieve mine next year, so stay tuned. If you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. And thank you again for being here. Whew, that was an awkward intro. Let me start over, sorry. I don't even know what I was saying. Let me say this differently. Being here, goodbye.